Hello, I'm Jerry Ford. Back this up just a little bit so you're not looking up my nostrils. This is just a little continuation of the driving pet peeves. I think this is probably the last of it. Oh, there might be just a little bit more. But, okay. Who has experienced you're driving down the road and the car coming at you, like this, has very bright lights? The other ones, I mean, sometimes with the newer cars, it's hard to tell if the lights are bright or if some of the newer cars that have a little bit more illumination to their lights. So it's kind of hard to tell sometimes if they have their bright lights on or not. But when there's 3 or 4 cars behind them and they're not blinding you, it's a pretty good indication that their lights are on bright. So I'll give it a minute and then I'll flash my lights, and most of the time they'll dim them. If I'm far enough away, which I usually am when I bright light them, and they don't dim them, I'll leave mine on bright. I don't know how much artillery my lights bring to the to the table, but it's another one of those things. You get a little bit of satisfaction that, you know what, I'm telling you that your lights are bright, and if you're going to have them on me, then I'm going to have them on you. And then, when it gets closer to them, I'll turn them out so I don't affect the people behind them. But and it's irritating too when there's there's other people. They're not bright lighting them. They're not telling them that your lights are on bright. Why am I the only one? Like somebody else, make an effort to, so we can see. If something or somebody runs out in front of you and people got their bright lights on, you're not going to see them very good, right? So, that's the whole idea, is to be able to see while you're driving. And then also, another thing that's irritating is people, when you get to the point where the day has come close to the end and it starts getting dusk. Dusk meaning, the sun is starting to go down, and it's just like, the day looks like a cloudy day because the sun's going down. And cars without their lights on, they're harder to see. Not everybody has the same vision. Let's take that into consideration. When you don't have your lights on at dusk. I want to let people know that that I'm coming toward them, or that I'm coming down the road. I want people to see me. I don't know why anybody else wouldn't want the same thing. It's dangerous both ways, to the person without the lights on and to somebody that can't see them without their lights on. So I just think it's a good idea, when it starts getting dusk out, turn your lights on. They should make it a law that if you see somebody without their lights on at dusk, bright light them or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's another one of the things that, and then also I'm seeing like 2 or 3 cars in a row. I'm like, why don't they, if you're out enough and you're out running around and it's during the day and you start getting closer to night, closer to dusk, to the night, go ahead and you seeing other people with their lights on, doesn't it flash a question mark on your head? Maybe I should I go and turn my lights on? Well, everybody else is. Maybe it's a good idea. I don't know. And then people at nighttime, I mean, how do they not know their lights aren't on? I'm like, and if they don't work, why are you driving at nighttime? That just baffles the crap out of me. I don't know. They used to have, they don't do it anymore. They don't have like inspections like every year. Take your car in to get it inspected. They don't do that anymore. I think it's a good idea to have it. It would help me if my wife, didn't catch that time that my signal wasn't working. An inspection, might have if it came around that time, but we caught it earlier than what an inspection would have been. But yeah, I used to, back in the, the 80s, in the early 90s, I think still, we had to go to a gas station that's certified to do an inspection. They check your lights, your signals, your horn, your wipers, your tail lights, all your lights. They check all that stuff just to make sure everything is, safely working. Why they took that away, I have no, I really don't know. Because I think it's a good idea. Plus, they, if I remember correctly, they check your insurance, make sure you have insurance. Maybe they didn't do that. I think it would have been a good idea if they didn't. Can't remember about that. But then it cost $5, and then they put a sticker on your window to show that you did it and when it was done and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. So another thing too. I don't know if everybody knows this, but my younger brother was killed in a car accident, and it involved a dump truck. The dump truck didn't stop at a stop sign, 2 stop signs, because it was coming down a hill, and coming down a hill, and it was on a highway area that didn't get a whole lot of traffic, out kind of in the country type area. But I mean, it did have cars occasionally going down. But he was coming down this hill, and 18-wheelers and dump trucks and stuff, if they don't have the momentum and the speed, it makes it harder to get back up the other side, right? Okay, well, he didn't want to lose his momentum, so he ran through one stop sign that was in, it had a little side road. He ran through that one, then he ran through the main one, that where if you stop, you can look both ways on the highway to make sure nobody's coming. He ran both of them, and the second one he ran, he hit my brother's car on the side, on his driver's side, killed him instantly. So that was like 6 or 7 years ago. Pretty bad, pretty sad. I miss him. So when I see 18-wheelers and I see dump trucks not following the rules, not following the laws, that really gets under my skin. It really, really bothers me, and it makes me mad to see it happening. If anybody, those trucks should be following the rules. They should, not run stoplights, of course. They should not run stop signs. Use a signal for goodness sakes. Let people know you're coming over. I mean, if they're beside you and he doesn't happen to see them and he just starts coming over, he could run them on into, head-on traffic, or run them into another car or whatever, I mean, those things in cars, they're weapons. You're driving a weapon. That's what my dad always used to say, and I agree. They're not something to take lightly. Driving is a big responsibility. Scary. So that's something that really annoys me. It makes me mad because it's personal. Distracted drivers. I was talking to, who was it? I think it's Don Julio? Can't remember who it was. He was talking about texting and driving. Yeah, texting and driving. You see it a lot. I don't see it a whole lot anymore. But they still do it. But they're trying to figure out better ways, safer ways for people to communicate while they're driving. But I mean, it's been 2 or 3 years ago. I seen more girls on their, on their phone, and texting. I'm looking over there, and she's looking down, and she's going slower than other people because she's concentrating on what she's texting. So, you know, what if that time she looks down, boom, it doesn't take but a second. Didn't take but a second. And then I was telling Dawn, it's bad enough texting driving. Well, she wasn't texting. She was driving and putting her makeup on. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Putting her makeup on, and then she would grab hold of the wheel, and she's eating her breakfast and putting her makeup on. Like she's late for work, so she's trying to get things done before she gets to work. I'm like, you know, how important is it that you're possibly gonna, you know, make someone lose their lives, maybe your own, because you're running late and you're trying to get your makeup on and get your breakfast in before you get to work? Call your boss. Tell him I'm running just a little bit late. I gotta eat something, and then I gotta get my makeup on. Or get up early enough that you can get that stuff done so you don't have to rush to work. I'm like, how hard is it? I mean, I didn't even, you know, I'm an 8th grade dropout. I'm not very knowledgeable on things. You know, I'm not that smart. You know, and I know better than to do crap like that. I mean, I don't want someone to lose their life because I'm doing something stupid while I'm driving. You know, why doesn't everybody think that, you know? And then you got cocky guys on the highway, and, you know, they're weaving in and out of cars, not signaling, which, you know, if you're driving that fast and you're weaving in and out of cars, you know, you don't have time to signal anyway. Well, I saw a guy the other day in a little car versus a pickup. Okay, he was doing that weaving in and out crap. Well, this guy, the pickup, I'm going to do this because this is the pickup. Okay, well, this guy in the little car, he was, you know, weaving in and out. Well, this guy wanted to come over. So as he comes over, here comes Mr. Weaver. He's coming this way, and he's coming in, and they almost hit. And the pickup goes, you know, honks his horn, and this car just keeps on going. Oh, that guy in the pickup, whew, he was mad. I think he was gonna exit, but instead of going where he wanted to go, he followed that car. I mean, he was focused, and he was ready. He wanted to catch up with this guy, and he was on his tail, and he was weaving in and out, which made the situation even more dangerous. So now you have 2 cars weaving in and out. We got a little chase going on here. Oh man, I had to try to keep up best I could safely, and I wanted to see the show. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. So, you know, I mean, it happens so much. You know, I saw it, you know, and, you know, who knows, after that situation happened, another one right behind me could have been happening. It's like, it happens too often these days. People are taking risks while driving, you know. Crazy, just crazy. Okay, well, that was the end of that. I'm sure there's more things that have happened while driving, but that's all I got for that one. All right, I thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I know it's long. Make sure I should have said this at the beginning, make sure you are not busy doing something else to listen to this long story video. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. See you on the next one. Bye.